What has happened while we have been away?
Captain, you have returned. A cursory scan indicates that you are in good health.
That's not what I said.
Well, okay, fine. Let's see what he says. Hey, you have a second? Sam and I were just having a, discussion, and I wanted someone else's input.
I think it's more accurate to say that you and I have now both been cornered, but sure.
I'd like to, get in shape, do some working out. So I asked Vladimir for some tips, and he basically said weightlifting was a bad idea.
Are you sure that's what he said, or is it just what you heard?
Anyway, so I wanted to get Sam's opinion on it, and he pretty much said the same thing.
Okay, since now you've been fully roped into this, let's all just take a step back. I had simply pointed out that if you take a look at Mateo, weightlifting isn't necessarily the first thing that comes to mind. I was wondering whether there might be a better option for him, and just sort of musing in general about the idea of sticking to things you're inclined to, versus going out and trying something completely new. Well, what's your take on it? You think it's better to stick to what you know, or to take any opportunity to try something that's maybe outside your comfort zone?
Yes, sir.
Well, now I'm just talking more generally, philosophically, if you will. Well, there you have it.
That's what I've been saying! Anyway, thanks. I think I'm gonna try it. And don't worry, I'll be sure and ask Vladimir for pointers.
Hey, we'll support you no matter what. Just don't want to see you get hurt, is all.
Yeah, I know.
I've been thinking a lot about my early days in Constellation lately.
Yeah.
Got me pretty nostalgic, and I started digging in some old things, just sort of reminiscing. I found some of Irvin's last messages to me and thought I'd listen to them again to hear his voice. Oh, sorry, I got ahead of myself there. Remember a bit ago we were talking about Constellation? I've just been thinking about it since. And Irvin, my husband, used to be in Constellation way back when. So my mind jumped to thinking about him. So I was listening to these old messages to hear his voice. It was surreal, honestly. So most of the messages were everyday things. Lots of excitedly written news about, but one thing stood out. In one of his messages, he mentioned this job that he took at a mine shortly before he said something terrible was happening there. But the message was garbled after that. True, but this was different. I recognized this pattern from the war. A portion of the message, well, Vasco helped me decipher it. Turns out the message was from Irvin, and he was bit. The message was short, but his voice was pained. He was so upset. He said they were going to destroy his life if he didn't leave the planet now. Then he asked me to help clear his name. Said they had a case against him. No, he was frustrated and angry. I know this is probably long done, but I heard his voice. So in this message, Irvin said he was being framed. He said they'll do it again. He asked if Constellation could send more help. Not exactly sure, but he mentioned a court case. So I think there's a paper trail. His former employer's at some job he took before he died. I think it was a... It is, but I was thinking about it and, well, it's still wrong. So I figured, hey, I can do some sort of a remote... There's gotta be a paper trail, right? Now, I happen to have a trustworthy contact who knows a bit about... I'd need to pay in advance in case there are any access fees or... He knows how to navigate archived and redacted legal documents, so he'll look for anything to do with Irvin on... If those documents are protected, he might have to pay to access them. Might need to grease... That makes sense. Irvin was one of us, after all. You know, hearing Irvin's voice again made me want to help him, even though I know I can't. Does that make any sense? I appreciate that. It's going to be hard to get some sleep tonight after all this. But the fact that I'm doing something about it might be enough to help. Hopefully poking around in old records doesn't catch the attention of Hephaestus. Well, anyway, I'll let you know if my contact finds any.
It is good to be back. I
have
do
things
find
for you.
that statue pleasing. I wonder if it matches the original vision of it.
Your cargo's mine! You've already lost. Target. You picked the wrong fight! Drive down. We can't jump. Take him down.
Touching down. All thrusters firing.
that the smell will not be an issue. Come then, meet your death. And once again, we are triumphant. If you are free soon, could we talk? We have not yet had a moment to talk about what happened to you at that place. Temple? I am not sure what to call it. In all my time amongst the stars, I have never heard of such a thing. What do you think that place was? Then it seems fitting that you were the one to discover it. Certainly it is too soon to speculate about who built it, but how can we not? After what you experienced, do you have any insights? You sound just like Sarah. I see why she invited you to join Constellation. You are right, of course. We will learn in time. I am sorry. After what you have been through, I should be asking about you. Are you all right? Have you felt any side effects? A cynical person might suggest that in itself could be a side effect. But for now, we will just assume you have been very fortunate. The artifacts that temple this new ability you have acquired, clearly they are all connected. This is all so much bigger than we realized. Yes, you are right. And if we continue to work together, perhaps we can start to explain some of this. Now we have even greater reason to press forward, to learn more about what is at work here. And your scan shows... we be taking off immediately, or are there other matters that require your attention?
Smell that? Construction, incense, industrial chemicals of every kind. But they still can't get rid of the odor of chasm gas. A native species of fish. I often wonder what would have happened if they'd never found out about the psychotropic effects. I mean, on paper, a rich protein source is far more practical value than a recreational drug. But theory loses out once again to practice. Something to do with chasm bass's natural oils, apparently. If you're curious, the name is Aurora. I do have other things that require my attention. We need to stop by the Stroud-Ekman offices. There are certain authorization procedures when large funds are being transferred, even for something like this.
Security cares far more about what you take. The effort to make this place livable is astounding. There's no end to what can be accomplished when there are credits to be made. Instant sensory overload. suspect that Benjamin Bayou, clearly the intent is to get us into the Astral Lounge. Shall we follow the signs? Walter is very proud of his business. And he should be. His ships are very high quality.
Mr. Stroud, we didn't know you were coming in.
It's all right. I just need to have a short chat with my counterpart. Is she in today?
Yes, allow me to bust you in, sir. No, Mr. Stroud, I'm in the middle of some quarterly earnings analysis. Excuse me.
Walter,
Issa.
shall we continue from last time? The luxury cruise line market is completely outside of our core competencies. Investing into it is a mistake.
No, I'm here about... Wait a minute, a mistake? Our ship designers are the best in the settled systems.
They design personal craft and military ships, Walter. Large-scale accommodations and hospitality is a completely different beast. Oh, I'm so sorry. Here I am arguing with my partner. And you're just standing right here. Issa Eklund, the hyphenated Eklund in our glorious company's branding. Oh, aren't you lovely? Walter, wherever did you meet your new friend? I'm jealous.
A colleague from Constellation.
Ah, yes, the daring explorers my partner is so infatuated with. You should hear him reciting that speech.
There's no need to go into that.
Oh, my heart skips a beat when he does it. Really, it does. Such passion. If he talked to the board that way, I wouldn't need to placate them so much. Yes? Why are you here, Walter? The board meeting isn't for a while. Our vacations aren't coming up either.
It's the discretionary fund, Issa. I need all of it.
Oh, this wouldn't have anything to do with that meeting you've set up at the Astral Lounge, would it?
I never said that. Did you have an agent hack into my files again?
Only after you had one hack into mine. Tell me, can mutual distrust lead to a point where it's actually the same as mutual trust? A remarkably insecure location for a clandestine meeting.
That was the point. Neutral territory in the open.
With no leverage. Oh, you must let me help. It's been too long.
I have this all taken care of.
Some investigation into the cellar. What's motivating them? Then, some preliminary casing of the Astral Lounge for security flaws. Give you the advantage if things go wrong.
Bribe a few bouncers, alter the codes on the doors.
Yes, exactly. I hate being selfish, but I would like some time with my husband. We need to go through the fund authorizations anyway.
James Newell is the broker who knows our cellar. He'll be able to help you find out more about them. And it shouldn't be hard to find the Astral Lounge. Here, let me at least give you some operation funds since I won't be joining you. Meet me back here. Yeah, I'm going to be present for the negotiation. I'm not leaving you to the Neon Sharks, I promise.
You did it. Dislocated limbs. We also sell a full range of personal treatment products, so you can take Reliant Medical with you wherever you go. Reliant Medical. It's time you were treated. Right?
There is legal question that region has some influence here in New York.
Package
I wonder how
food?
Mr. Bailey
Check.
feels about that.
I hope to God helping the strikers doesn't come back to haunt us. Much better, thanks for asking. I don't exactly know what you said to Dietrich, but he's certainly turned everything around. He's really stepped up and taken an active role in fighting Neon Security's corruption. He's even organizing the merchants' meetings with me. Best of all, I think we've become good friends, which is a rare thing to come across in this city, I can tell you that. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Information isn't usually free. New intel, new transaction. Take it or leave it. Try it. I'm all paid up with the right people. Calm down. I'm still thinking about it. Okay. I don't know much. But I did have one of my freelancers tail the seller back to his place. Sleep Crate 1. Let me write down the unit for you.
Equipment and accessories for all your active needs. Package food? Check. Euro in? Oh yeah. Boost packs. Got those too. Don't even bother with doing good. We have everything.
Better call someone's power chip going.
Have you tried Bloodmark?
Hey, you wanna dance?
Now, you're new here, aren't you? Name's Boone Morgan, your new best friend on Neon. If you're here for a drink or listen to the music, I've got you covered. But if you're here for something a little more exciting, we have... Oh, no. Drugs are for street gangs and junkies. Aurora is on an entirely different level. I like to call it an exquisitely crafted transcendent experience. Only problem is that won't fit on the package. Here, take a look at the menu. Now, I'm not going to lie. The Aurora is a bit expensive, but let's face it. Can you really put a price on pleasure? Oh, Ben and I are good friends. He personally gave me the job here at the Astral Lounge. Oh, he's a good man. Cares a lot about the citizens of Neon, making sure they're all employed and well taken care of. A real humanitarian. Pretty amazing, isn't it? That's Borealis, only 19 years old, and yet she produces some of the most heart-pounding, trippiest electronic music you've ever heard. I don't know where she gets her inspiration, but I'm betting all that free Aurora she gets has something to do with it. Excellent choice. The Sky Suite offers luxury and sophistication you won't find anywhere else in the settled systems. And since you'll be living in the same tower as the Astral Lounge, all of its pleasures and pageantry are only an elevator away. Of course. The Sky Suite features an open design with an emphasis on luxury. Whether you prefer the morning sky or a neon sunrise, the high ceilings and wall-sized windows will give you a full view of the city's splendor. How unfortunate, but I will be here should you change your mind. The Astral Lounge is one of the safest places in all of Neon. Security is hand-picked from the finest officers in the city. Private meetings are usually held in the floor above. Just use the elevators. I'm afraid that would be a serious fire hazard. And I think it's only fair to warn you that the network security on our doors is state-of-the-art. Then I would say you'd be interested in the Astral Lounge VIP package. For a reasonable fee, our security can be your security. We do strive for setting the most reasonable rate. Huh. You work for Stroud Eklund? Well, perhaps something could be arranged. Mr. Stroud is coming to the Astral Lounge. Now that is interesting. Well, I think we can certainly offer a discounted rate for you, if you were still interested. Excellent. Let me just apply that discount we discussed, and done. We do hope your meeting goes to your satisfaction. Come back soon.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
If you want to see how short my temper is, keep talking.
I never had the patience for computer systems.
You know, I went to chef school. This ain't exactly where I saw Seems like the Crimson Fleet is everywhere these days. Spreading like a fire. They like to set up shop.
Shoulders relax. They're taut.
We're on to something remarkable. Maybe what I've always dreamed of.
I can tell. I can see you. Mind racing.
I haven't even stopped to ask you how you're doing.
I'm fine. The board complains, I assure them. There's the occasional assassination attempt.
So, you don't need anything from me then?
I don't.
Am I just some useless stargazer? You would have been better off marrying a Hope or a Tayo, someone who could be with you at every meeting.
Oh, don't go on about that again. Needing you isn't the same as wanting you. And I'd much rather want my partner than need them. Less complicated.
Now, I know Constellation seems to take up so much of my time. But I never stop thinking of you. Wondering what maneuvering you're doing to take over the company and drive me out.
It's how I show my love.
How are the preparations coming? Excellent. Good work. Let's head to the Astral Lounge. Goodbye, my dear. See you at the next board meeting?
Oh, I'll be keeping an eye on this little operation, just in case. Good luck, all of you.
Holy shit! Just one quiet day. That too much to ask for?
All right, we're here. Now, I don't know what the cellar looks like, but they'll have a security briefcase with them. Larger than normal. Big enough to hold the artifact. We should split up. The code phrase to identify yourself as the buyer is Ramsey and Travers. Are they? It's not like people who trade in stolen goods are eager to share personally identifying information.
Code phrases? Under different circumstances, Walter, I think you might have made an adequate smuggler.
Remember, Ramsey and Travers. We'll meet back near the elevator.
Hell yeah! This is awesome!
What's up?
This Aurora stuff, it's blowing my mind.
Hell of a party, right? Hey there.
What is it? Can't you see I'm busy drinking? It's worth exactly 0 credits. Same as my career. So don't get any ideas. Oh really? I heard you all have a meeting in a few minutes, don't you? In one of those fancy VIP lounges? Speaking of which, I gotta get going myself. Excuse me.
I just saw Arcella walk by. Good job. That's not surprising. This is a deal over stolen property, after all. Anything could go wrong. Now, before we head in there, let me go over the ground rules. He'll ask for twice what we agreed on. That's normal. He'll probably try to walk out. That's normal, too. Don't worry about the amount we actually settle on. The Stroud-Eklund Discretionary Fund is just a chip to you and me. Our goal is to get him to accept that chip in exchange for the artifact. Anything goes as long as it's in our hands, and we're not dead. How does that sound? This'll be fun. I find matching wits with the neon underworld to always be invigorating.
Okay, now I've seen everything.
So you're Stroud. You look different in person.
Our public relations always insists on doing some touch-ups for the official photos. Embarrassing, really.
Your security here going to stand or sit for this little meeting, making me nervous. So polite. Almost makes me forget what planet I'm on.
Am I to assume that briefcase has our item of interest?
Yeah. Here it is.
Well, look at that.
One of a kind. And I know you want it.
I have the amount we agreed on.
Things have changed. I want double.
Now, how am I supposed to do that?
I don't know, but your security here seems to have some fancy gear. Why don't they chip in? Oh, really? And how do you know that? Who talked?
Does it matter? We know you're in a fix, and we're still willing to buy. For the agreed-upon amount.
I got people after me, okay? I can't just settle on what we agreed on. I need more so I can disappear.
That's not our problem. We came here expecting one amount. Now you want another.
You telling me Walter Stroud ain't got the cash? I'll walk out of this booth right now. I leave now. I can get a jump start on the people after me, instead of you all wasting my time.
You'd be on your way already if you just take the money I'm offering you and shut up. What's it going to be? Take or walk?
Fine. This thing is all yours.
Well done. Some high-pressure tactics, but we got what we were after. Time to go home, shall we?
Stop right there. You're in possession of Slayton Aerospace property.
Ah. Slayton must have been the original owner. We don't need to do this. All's fair on Neon. Am I right?
Hand over Mr. Slayton's property. Now.
There a problem here?
Yes. This armed thug was trying to steal our belongings.
I'm going to need you to back away from our VIPs. Now.
Fine, but you can't stay in the Astro Lounge forever, Stroud. Nicholas Slayton's already got your number.
Sending armed men into the Astral Lounge. Slayton must be serious about getting the artifact back. We'd better get off the planet quickly.
Slayton wants you dead. I would hop on the first ship out of here you can find.
We hope you've enjoyed your time in the Astro Lounge.
Something's gone wrong, hasn't it?
Slayton has put a bounty on your heads. He's greased a few palms. Your ship's been impounded at the spaceport.
There goes our way out. The same way everything works on Neon. Money. It's terrible at keeping secrets. The CEO of Slayton Aerospace. They're a systems manufacturer. Engines, thrusters.
Yes, I'm fully aware this has not gone according to plan.
Slayton Aerospace has offices here in the trade tower. If Nicholas is moving this quickly, he must be there or close by.
Let's head to their lobby, shall we? See if we can make an appointment.
Welcome to Slayton Aerospace. Can I help you? I'm afraid Mr. Slayton is a very busy man. We weren't expecting a VIP to come through today. Let me just run a few checks. Ah, there does seem to be a hole in his schedule. Oh, I think we can make an exception in your case. Mr. Slayton will see you. Just use the elevator.
Hoping to get a meeting? I've been waiting all day.
Wait. This clearly isn't the executive level. He's on to us.
Walter, taking what's mine and then breaking into my office. A bold move, but one easily countered.
Oh, we're trapped.
Hello, Walter, dear, are you there?
Issa?
Took longer than I'd like, but I managed to pay off one of Slayton's security consultants. They've patched me in.
All right, we've got her out. Once the door's open, just follow her instructions, okay? For the moment, Slayton will be scrambling his own security teams once he gets wind that we're no longer at his mercy. Our time is limited. I'm aware of the irony of me continuing to say it'll be easy. But it'll be easy.
Doors will open in 3, 2, 1. Slayton's guards and employees are all over. Be careful. Okay. You'll want to use the vent system to slip around unnoticed. There's a cupboard just to the right of the elevator you came in on. That's the elevator you came in on. Jump right across the top of it and keep going to the end. Drop down and follow the conduit all the way to the end, past the fork. There's a vent above you. Just climb up. The room below you is clear. Drop down. Stop. One of the doors leads you right into the open. I'm unlocking a safe route. Opening the door on your right. Go now. Head left, but don't go through the door at the end yet. There's a robot stalking the hall. Wait. It's walking down the hall. Go now, straight across to the door. Keep going all the way to the end. Security is on full alert. No point slipping through unnoticed now. You have to fight your way to the end.
This is hopeless! I'm out!
Wait. This clearly isn't the executive level. He's on to us.
Walter, taking what's mine and then breaking into my office. A bold move, but one easily countered.
Oh, we're trapped.
Hello, Walter, dear, are you there?
Issa?
Took longer than I'd like, but I managed to pay off one of Slayton's security consultants. They've patched me in.
All right. We've got her out. Once the door's open, just follow her instructions, okay? I'm aware of the...
Doors will open in 3, 2, 1. Slayton's guards and employees are all over. Be careful. Okay. You'll want to use the vent system to slip around unnoticed. There's a cupboard just to the right of the elevator you came in on. That's the elevator you came in on. Jump right across the top of it and keep going to the end. Drop down and follow the conduit all the way to the end, past the fork. There's a vent above you. Just climb up. The room below you is clear. Drop down. Stop. One of the doors leads you right into the open. I'm unlocking a safe route. Opening the door on your right. Go now. Head left. Security is on full alert. No point slipping through unnoticed now. You'll have to fight your way to the exit.
Wait. This clearly isn't the executive level. He's on to us.
Walter, taking what's mine and then breaking into my office. A bold move, but one easily countered.
Oh, we're trapped.
Hello, Walter, dear, are you there?
Issa?
Took longer than I'd like, but I managed to pay off one of Slayton's security consultants. They've patched me in.
All right. I'm aware of the irony of me continuing to say it'll be easy. But it'll be easy.
Doors will open in 3, 2, 1. Slayton's guards and employees are all over. Be careful. Okay. You'll want to use the vent system to slip around unnoticed. There's a cupboard just to the right of the elevator you came in on. That's the elevator you came in on. Jump right across the top of it and keep going to the end. Drop down and follow the conduit all the way to the end, past the fork. There's a vent above you. Just climb up. Stop. One of the doors leads you right into the open. I'm unlocking a safe route. Opening the door on your right. Go now. Head left, but don't go through the door at the end yet. There's a robot stalking the hall. Wait. It's walking down the hall. Go now, straight across to the door. Keep going, all the way to the end. Wait, there's people in the room up ahead. Closing the shutters. Wait for it to pass, then head straight across to the maintenance door next to the security gate. Go now! Let me just get that for you. One over here! Security is on full. Wait, there's people in the room up ahead. Closing the shutters. Another robot up ahead. Wait for it to pass, then head straight across to the maintenance door next to the security gate. Go now! Let me just get that for you. You know the routine. Up the vent. It's a short one, I promise. Almost there. Door on the right. There's the door. It should take you outside.
Outside? You expect us to climb up the trade tower?
There's a series of catwalks that lead directly up one floor to the executive level.
Well, I guess after you.
Shoot to kill! You're going down!
You're coming in just behind the executive elevators. I'll call the one on the far end, and you can walk right over the top.
You know, it's moments like this that really makes Neon the best place to do business. You steal what's mine. I trap you in the city. You infiltrate my office. I lock it down. Where else can you match wits for the highest stakes but here? Aren't you? In the back of your mind, through the tunnel vision of adrenaline, there's a part of you that belongs here. It happens to all of us. You have what's mine. I, indirectly, have what's yours. We are at a stalemate. Although, I do count a few more guns on my side. I do admit, having the co-CEO of Stroud Eklund in my office is quite the opportunity.
How are your quarterlies looking, Nicholas? Perhaps we can add Slayton Aerospace to our supply chain, provided this unpleasantness was behind us.
Yes, I think that could be a most beneficial exchange. There is just the small matter of paying for the humiliation. Mr. Musgrove, my former employee, and the thief responsible for our serendipitous meeting, was caught prior to your arrival. I think it would cement our new partnership if you were to decide on his sentence yourselves. If that is your decision, you need only tell him yourself, and then we will handle the rest.
Assuming there is no information we are lacking, that seems reasonable.
My security brought Musgrove to my office. I'm sure seeing you again will be a fine conclusion to your previous business.
We have an opportunity to spare a man's life.
I have things
I know he probably
I
wouldn't do
wish
the
to
same
discuss
for
with
us.
you when
That
you have
shouldn't
time.
matter.
I wanted to thank you for giving me the chance to work with you. I know we met under, unusual circumstances. You seem to be acclimating well to Constellation. Are you enjoying working with them? I think none of us were expecting what we have found. Well, perhaps Matteo. You have certainly become a vital part of the organization. That is a credit to your abilities. If I may, from what you have seen, do you think I fit in well with the rest of Constellation? Perhaps, but it is still important to me. I feel as though I am often looking in at the rest of the group. I do not like this feeling. I would like to feel that I am a valued member of the organization, but I am concerned that I am off-putting, or my actions have alienated me. I have not shared much, but everyone knows I worked with smugglers for years. I am no stranger to violence and death. Yes, exactly. I survived. That was the only goal. For those that have not lived it, it can be difficult to imagine or accept. Others here have seen conflict, but for more noble causes. Vladimir is the only one here who can begin to understand. He was the one who pressed the group to include me. I lack his charm. He puts others at ease. I fear my presence does the opposite. Of course, you have given me an opportunity the others have not. Perhaps I just need more time. I know this seems trivial, perhaps childish. I have just always relied only on myself. I have never been surrounded by people like this. By a group I wish to be a part of. Does that make sense? And yet here we are, working together. And that has, I think, gone very well. Discussing these things is challenging for me. I hope now you can better understand why I wanted to keep the circumstances of our meeting quiet. I wanted to thank you for not saying anything to Vladimir. I know that you said you wouldn't, but it is still a relief. I would like my contributions to Constellation to amount to more than violence. It would have been, to some. Thank you for talking this over with me. It is good to know that at least one member of Constellation understands me.
Oh no. You. Slayton really does have a sick sense of humor. "10 years working in aerospace engineering, and they laid me off. You damn right I stole that thing. They tell you if you have talent and commitment, you can go far. But the truth is, it's all about who steals the most and gets away with it. Slayton took it all. Probably in one of his secure accounts somewhere.
I'll settle up with him later. Arbitration, lawyers, all that nonsense.
Please, I was just trying to sell a product, okay? Isn't that why we're all here?
Be lenient. We were taking advantage of his initiative, after all, even if we have found ourselves working with the man he stole from.
Thank you.
Use this opportunity to alter the trajectory of your life. You may not receive another chance.
A rare moment of compassion for this city. Very well. I'll clear things up with the authorities. You're free to go.
Time to go. Let's talk more back at the ship.
Don't worry. You'll never see me again.
This was a good meeting. Very productive.
We'll talk back at the ship. Remember, you're representing all of us out there.
Get going. Mr. Slayton is done with you.
Keep your nose clean.
Stuff like that.
I've heard about some of the work you've been doing for us.
Can you believe Xenofresh charges us a licensing fee to fish near Neon?
You think Neon Security wouldn't know about what's going down? Please. Looks like you've done a bit of violence, a bit of murder. Word is, all this is due to you. Why are you messing around with my streets, huh? As I can see. So here's what's going to happen. Gang violence gets too noisy. That hurts the bottom line around here. No one affects the bottom line.
Tell that to the disciples.
No. I want you to, Mr. Briggs. The disciples have been pissing me off for far too long. So, your gang throws off Sewer Rat Blue and starts wearing Neon Security Black. Or, you can be found face down in the streets. And you say your goodbyes.
Briggs is a smart lad. He'll make the right choice. The best way to fight gang violence is getting your own pet gang. Trust me, they'll fit right in on the force. Setting street rat against street rat is pretty elegant, right? Don't take too long. Time to onboard the new hires.
Good you're here. Huddle up, gang.
Is this for real?
They want me to be a cop.
Shit. We could get a real pad. Maybe even move out of Epside? Briggs, I'm so in.
After all we've done, Neon Security seriously will let that go?
I don't see why not. Do you really think anyone cares who stabs who in Ebside? What's your take? It's almost too much to hope for.
Despite whatever loyalty you may feel to this place, you might never get another chance like this.
Anyone object to going for the deal? This is your chance. No one? Good. Really good. I'll give Owen the news. I can't say I was expecting this. Whatever god or gods we please to get you to help us, know we'll be forever grateful. With resources and backup, the streets are gonna be safer. It looks like the strikers are retiring. And here's your cut.
I suspect that if I were confined to life in an office like this, someone would end up being stabbed.
I was hoping you'd show up soon. Is it done? Excellent. I'll let Ularo know that we can start moving forward with our negotiations. Now, I think it's time to examine a different set of skills. Good. This next assignment could be a little more flexible than the others. Your next assignment is to find the security chief and use some creative thinking to obtain their security keycard. And when I say creative, I don't mean with a weapon. Either look the part and be persuasive, or be quick with your hands. Good luck. I'm sure you'll be able to get that keycard without incident. Just remember, if anything does happen, it's up to you to bail yourself out.
Imogen and Yuko run a tight ship around here.
Lanaya Adams was looking for someone discreet for a job. Apparently, I don't qualify.
Say the word, and we shall be on the way.
I am in the mood. Deal with a man who wanted us dead. I guess we can call that a win. What do you think?
I agree. This life suits both of us, don't you think?
Hopefully the effort required here was unique. I do not wish to make a habit of this.
All in all, a great success. Thank you for allowing me to tag along with Constellation's newest star. Yes, I used a pun. Forgive me.
When you have a moment, I'd like to speak to you.
but I will offer you one chance to hand over the artifact and turn away from this path.
Oh, that's not any type of ship I recognize.
The fact that you do not know says much. We are the Starborn, and you are unworthy to possess the artifacts.
I do not recall that we asked your permission.
Tell us, please. What are the artifacts? What are they for? Did you make them? What gives you more right to them than humanity?
Answering your questions is exactly what we cannot allow. Abandon your thirst for knowledge, or drown in it. We are growing impatient. Cease your attempts to stall for time.
But you speak our language.
We know everything about you. That is why your kind cannot have the artifact. The more you understand, the more damage you will do.
How could just knowing what you are be dangerous?
Our distance from you is the whole point. We interfere now because we must.
I'm not liking what I'm seeing on the scans. Energy output from that ship is far above the normal range. If we spin up the grav drive now, we have a chance. We'll get through this. Hold on.
I have something I need to discuss with you.
How about you? I've never heard of these stuff. Speculation part of my brain?
This world is off limits. You were advised to jump to safe harbor immediately.
Immediately. Tell Noel to analyze the data off the ship's sensors. Everyone's going to want to weigh in on this.
Agreed, we should not delay.
Tolomon 2 is a biological exclusion zone. Nothing down there but terramorphs and UC soldiers keeping an eye on them. Best course of action is to leave while you're still able.
We should have a talk. When you have the time, of course.
You're cleared to land at New Atlantis.
Security here is so visible. I suppose it makes people more comfortable. Most people, anyway. It sometimes amuses me to think about what goes on here, right under the United Colony's collective nose.
How is Neon? Are you okay? Wait, what happened? Who was after you?
Take a look at the ship's sensor data. I think everybody needs to see this.
All right, I'll start transferring the data over now. Let me just bring it up on here at the table. Is that a prototype? No, that material isn't anything we... What the... Everyone, come take a look at this.
That's no faction vessel or Crimson Fleet. Secret military tech, maybe?
No United Colonies Admiral approved that starship design.
They call themselves the Starborn. Demanded we hand over the artifact. Like we were children, playing with their parents' things.
What do people know? Any offshoot groups go by that name?
None in any corner of the settled systems I've seen. Maybe a distant human colony finally popping its head up. Another house for Rune.
I very much doubt that.
We ignoring the obvious here? A heretofore unknown group who just happens to know about the artifacts. I'm just gonna say it. Intelligent alien life, or extra-dimensional beings. The original creators from the furthest fringes of space.
Or beyond even that. Is the metaphor of avenging angels coming down to keep humanity from forbidden knowledge not apt here?
So, we have a lot of theories, but nothing concrete. Except that they're after the artifacts, and they're willing to take them by force.
Or what Walter said. They were acting like a parent. Worried their children are playing with something they don't understand.
So, they're strong-arming us for our own good? That doesn't sound very divinely benevolent to me.
Some glints of shine in the dark. Ready to hand them out as soon as you please.
Now would be a good time to reprioritize what we bring with us and what we leave behind. Or sell. Or throw away, even.
Hey, stranger. Let's chat sometime, okay?
You had a hell of a shake, getting bullied in the void. Starborn sure know how to make an entrance. Ready to head back out there? The Eye can help you find the artifacts, but I'm afraid she's blind to our new competitor. No telling the exact number, but they're getting harder to find. Got some equipment, repairs, and upgrades on the making-do list. The eye's straining to her limits these days. Double-check the safety and locks wherever you go, okay? Exploration's dangerous, even without some nefarious group trying to kill you.
I'm up for a little adventure. Hey, good to see you. Share the wealth, right? Take it easy.
Yes, you need me? I have never been one to shy away from shouldering my share of a heavy load. Did you need me to carry something for you? So, yes. Goodbye.
Captain, do you have a new set of orders for me? I will accept any and all items. Although my database of human history is not fully complete, it is quite extensive. At this time, I am unable to locate any valid references. Given the unusual nature of the encounter, it is reasonable to surmise that any earlier occasions would have been documented. One explanation is that this is the first time they have been discovered. An alternate explanation is that prior encounters resulted in 0 survivors to document the experience. Their motives have yet to be clearly established. Given the initial scans of their vessel, caution is advised. They do seem to be quite capable of defending themselves. Farewell.
I'd like to talk to you about something. I have the chance.
Switching over to standard
You are
engines.
entering United Colony space. Maintain course and prepare to be scanned.
You think Neon? Looks like you've done it. Word is, all... You would know the first thing about my... So here's what's going to happen. Gang violence gets no one.
Tell that to the
No. So, your gang, or you, and you, Briggs is a... Setting street. Don't take too long.
Good you're here.
Is this for real?
They want me to...
Shit.
After all we've done.
I don't see why not. What's your take? We've been struggling.
Just consider where that salary comes from and...
Anyone object? Good. I can't say I was Our goal was always to survive. Here's your cut. You better believe it.
Watching you.
Suspect that if I were confined to life in an office like this,
I was hoping you'd show up.
Stabbed.
Excellent. Now, nice to see I haven't worn you out yet. Your next assignment is to... And when I say either look the part and be... Good luck. I'm sure you'll be able to get... Just remember...
Adams was looking for someone discreet for a job. Apparently, I don't qualify.
The effort to make this place livable is astounding. No end what can be accomplished when there are credits to remain. Seems to be where we left it.
A deal with a man who wanted us dead. I guess we can call that a win. What do you think? Really? I think there's at least one example of someone who didn't let the corruption of the city get to them. All in all, a great success. Thank you for allowing me to tag along with... Yes, I used them.
Hell of a view from here.
You hold something you have no right to. My people have...
Oh, that's not any type of ship I read.
The fact that you do not know that we are the Starborn.
I do not recall that we asked your permission.
Tell us.
Answering your questions is exactly... a sentiment that is shared by my kind about you.
We're not the ones making threats.
Your moral grandstanding is hollow, as is your position. Make up your mind, or we will act.
I'm not liking what I'm seeing on the scans. Energy output from that ship is far above the normal range. If we spin up the grav drive now, we have a chance. You really want to risk a straight fight with an enemy we know nothing about? We need to regroup. Bide our time.
We can wait
Get
no
us
longer.
out of here!
Prepare yourselves for oblivion.
To discuss.
Lodge immediately. Tell Noel to analyze the data off the ship's sensors. Everyone's going to want to weigh in on this.
Agreed, we should not delay.